Josen everyone, my name is Wong, and today I got something super exciting to show you because I get asked about this question almost every single day. We're talking about lighting for making content, especially if you're making content at home. If you're making content on the go, we have this. I talk about this in one of my videos. This is the Aputure MC light. It's a multicolor LED light where you can take it everywhere. It has magnets so you can, stick it to like any lamp post or any metal surface. I love this thing. I have a whole video about this. If you want to know about lighting on the go, check it out. But today we are talking about lighting at home. I got a box in the mail today. Let's take a look. This is the light that we're gonna talk about today. It is also an Aputure light. The Amaran 200X. The Amaran is a series from Aputure. They have a 100D, 200D, 100X, 200X. This is a 200X one. But don't worry, I will talk more about it so we can have more information on what this is and what does it mean. Why is this super exciting for me to talk about? It's because traditionally, we don't really have a lot of option for content creator to have a good lighting at home, especially when you make your own content. You usually have two options. One, you can buy an Alien B or something similar. The problem with Alien B is that they're great for photography. Don't get me wrong, I love them for photography, but they're mostly not really for continuous light. I mean, you can, they have a modeling light feature, but usually not bright enough, and it's also a little bit complicated to use. Especially, you do need to use a remote trigger, a transceiver to use it with your camera, that you need to make sure that your camera is compatible with a specific trigger, and that works specifically with Alien B. It's usually a little bit problematic, but it was really good technology like 10 years ago. Now, your second option is Amazon Light Kit. You usually can Google Amazon search like lighting kits. Not great. They're cheap. They usually goes about $80 to $100, more or less, most likely more. But the problem with those is that you use a light bulb for those lights. One is that they're usually not bright enough, and two is that you don't really have a lot of control over those lights. So if they're too bright, you got a problem. If they're too dim, you got a problem. Not a lot of versatility for you to use those lights. That's why this is very exciting to talk about. Let's do a quick unboxing on this. Okay, so you have here the dome, a little dome that comes with it that you can attach to it. Aputure stickers and a little manual that you can use. That's the light. This is the power that comes with it. So you can plug in your power directly AC adapter into power brick and plug it directly into the wall. This light is actually very small. So this is the Amaran 200X. It is quite small, to be honest, especially compared to other professional lighting. This is about the size of the length of my palm, the handle at the bottom, this little cover. It's pretty small size, it's pretty portable, especially something you can use at home. This is great. All right, so let's talk about the price. There are 4 models total. There is the 100X, 100D, 200X, and 200D. The only difference between the two categories is the 100s and the 200s. The 100s is 100 watts, and the 200 is, you guess it, 200 watts. The 100D is only $200, so it's very, very affordable compared to what I said earlier, like Alien B's. They runs about $250 to $500 and maybe more. 200 is an extremely affordable price for studio lighting. You can also add $50 for the 100D to get to 100X, and same for the 200D, which is $300. So for $350, you get the 200X, which is what we have here. The difference between the X and the D is that the X can give you bi-color option. So bi-color allows you to change the color temperature from cold to warm. Now, as I said earlier, this is pretty light. This is about 8 to 10 pounds, depends on which version you have, which is about the same weight of a gallon of milk. This is like a milk jug. It is made mostly plastic on the outside, which is kind of rare for studio lighting. It's good and bad. Of course, plastic is not as strong, but it is very light And also, I think that's how they bring down the cost by a lot. To me, it's not really a compromise because if I am not bringing this around and I am not very careless with my equipment, plastic is more than enough. I can justify the plastic with the very low price point. Another thing that I really like about the Amaran series is that it doesn't require like an additional power pack. So you just plug it in, plug it directly to the wall, and it will work instantly. It also has a built-in fan, so it will keep the light cool even on a hot day. What I also really like about this light is the versatility of the light modifier you can use with it, which is like, you know, things that can make the light softer. For example, it does use bow and mount, so you can like put a lantern on it. It's like one of them they have on their website, like this guy over here. This guy. So you can put this directly onto this light and use this lantern to create really soft light. You can just use any umbrella you buy on Amazon, which is only about $10 to $20 each. The mount here, they actually have a place where you can put an umbrella in directly right here. You know what they say? Opening umbrella is bad luck. It's gonna have a lot of bad luck. I mean, maybe it's true. I have a lot of bad luck recently. Cool, see? So you can put an umbrella directly onto this light. I know it's huge, but you can have light diffuser directly onto this light, which is great. Now the control is also super simple. On the X series, you have two dial, one for intensity and one for the color temperature. All right, let's plug it in and give it a try. So I have a Manfrotto light stand here, which I am going to put the light on. One thing I also noticed, even though it's plastic casing, it does have a metal mount inside here. So it should be pretty sturdy. All right, so let's give that a try. We're gonna turn it on. That is bright. Let's turn it down. That is 100%. Okay, that's really, really bright. It has every single step from 0 to 100% instead of 25%, 50%, 75%, which is very common on small LED lights. But as you can see, I can go from 0 to 100, and you can see how bright it is already. This is at 20% right here. 20%. My hand is completely overexposed, and I already have some lighting equipment shooting this set right now. Again, let me turn it to 100% to give you an example of how bright this is. Like you can see, I'm bringing this up 85 and 100. This is really bright. Let's say the 100D or 100X is about half of this. Let me bring to 50%. This is still more than enough for most people to use at home to create content. So I can change the color temperature here too. Right now it's down to 2700. As you can see, the light is a bit warmer on my hand. Let's do 2%. It is very bright. So 2700K, really warm. Let's bring it all the way to 6500, which is much cooler. You can also control this light using the Aputure app, their CDS link. So I'm gonna give that a try. Okay, so now I have the app open up. Create a new scene. Try scene 03. It already show up. This is the first time I'm setting it up. I did not preset this. Surprisingly how easy and how fast to set this up. Again, Aputure has always pushed really well on making this accessible to people. Let's see, on, or not on, finding the light. From here, I can change the intensity of the light. Oh, you can also dim it by, you know, gradually. And I can also change the color temperature. 2700 to 6500. Let's try the effect. Let's see what we got here. We have TV. How does this TV look like? Oh, warm for TV. Oh, cooler. Okay, it's really bright. Okay, too bright. Too many slices. I do like maybe a paparazzi one style. Okay, it's just how fast the frequency is. Faulty bulb. So you want to create some effect. Trying to in a house that has like broken bulbs. That would be a good one to play with. And lightning. Of course, if you want to do a scene where you have lightning outside the window, you can put this outside. All this effect is not really what I really care for because I don't really use those kinds of effects. I mostly do photos and a lot of vlog video like this one that you're seeing. So this is not the most important feature to me, but I'm sure it's useful for some people. So let's talk about some pros and cons about this light. Obviously, one of the pros of this light is that it's very cheap. As I mentioned earlier, for $199 or $200, you can get a 100D, which is very bright. It's, again, enough for most people. And if you want to set up two of them to have like a 45-degree lighting, then you'll look perfect for most of your shots at home. Now, the second thing that I really like about this is how user-friendly it is. You literally just turn it on and you just use the dial, and you can control the brightness, the temperature. You can even press the buttons here so it can jump different steps. Very user-friendly. You can also use the mobile app with it. Amazing. Very good for content creators who are intimidating by using professional lighting and they don't want to mess it up. This one, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with it. And lastly, what I really like about it is how versatile I can use for different mounts. You can use any kind of light diffuser to put in front of it, and also the umbrella that I can put straight through here. Very, very easy to use. Very useful if you want diffuse soft lighting. Let's talk about the cons. The downside of this is that it's not really portable. Not that it's not light, it's definitely super light, not heavy, but you are stuck with an AC power adapter that you have to have constant power. So if you're shooting in a studio, in an indoor environment where you have access to a wall plug, then you're gonna have no problem at all. Other problem with this is that it doesn't come with a carrying case. So if you want to bring this to a shoot to someone else's house, then you do have to find a way to carry it, or you have to buy a case somewhere online. And lastly, as I mentioned before, this is made out of plastic, so I don't know how durable it is. It shouldn't be a problem, and it looks pretty solid, so I don't think that's a big con. Again, I can justify it with the lower price. So most of the cons of this light is that it's not really portable. It's not really meant for you to use for outdoor situation. I heard that they do have a power pack that you can mount with it. I am not sure if it's out yet. Again, it's not really for an outdoor light. It's really great for indoor. Most of the cons is not really a problem if you're shooting in an indoor environment. All right, that's it. That is my first impression of this light. I think this light is great for most content creators if they want to get some professional lighting, get some studio lighting at home without spending a lot of money. This is probably the best light out there. Again, that's a personal opinion. This is probably the best light out there right now in the market if you're looking for studio lighting at home to create content. All right, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, share this with your friends, share this with your mom. I don't care. Make more people watch it, and so I can make more video. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all my social media. You know the drill. All right, have a great time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.